Balance.
yes.
I'm gonna find it. But I get these fucking messages early in the morning and it's
Uh-huh.
always this art and it's this horrible art and they want to join the network all the time and it's like Jesus fucking Christ. And it's like, but my mom likes it. Yeah, but your mama's a liar. That ain't even your real daddy. Like sometimes I just
So what's happening is that uh, Nina just found out she's, I guess, allergic to synthetic weed, and she's having an adverse reaction. Oh my goodness!
And nobody's gonna watch us today because Brian, Carl, and Nick have all teamed up over there on Nevermind the Furthermore, which is
Okay.
kind of funny because last night I was like struggling, I couldn't be creative, so I was like, "Clever title pending."
Oh
And he's like,
no!
"Yeah,
Oh no!
we're
We're
gonna
gonna get
change
a
that
copyright
eventually."
strike from Brian K. Morris.
Whoops.
Oops.
Oh,
Oh
good
my.
morning, everyone,
Oh
Patrick.
yes.
It is July 7th,
No.
2023.
No, I hate it. I don't likes it. We hates it, my
It
precious.
burns. It freezes.
It does. It's like what? It's like 90 something degrees in here. It's humid as F. F is humid as fuck. Well, there goes any attempt at monetization, right?
Well,
You
fuck.
know, I got the windows open, I got a bunch of fans on, and it's just like, no, I don't like this at all. I really don't like summer is not. I would rather be cold.
Yeah, me too. I can
Yeah,
put on more clothes. I can
yeah,
get under a blanket. I can't take enough off. Like
yeah,
yeah, out here, you'd want
yeah,
to like floss your skin off. It's disgusting. It's
yeah.
gross.
It is. It
10
is.
p.m. You walk to the mailbox and back, and you got sweat rolling down
Oh
your ass
no, yeah,
crack.
it
It's
really,
miserable.
it's awful. I don't like it, but
Who
hopefully
hates
it won't last very long.
it? You ready for this, Lage?
Absolutely not. But hit it.
Hi.
Ah, oh,
Good morning, Daphne.
good morning, Nita. It's been a rough week, hasn't it?
It's been a week, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's been a week. Oh my goodness.
Gotta
I
turn my
finally got my chair at the right height for me to work.
feet touch
And
the floor.
I can touch the floor. Yes. It's just really funny how depending on the chair, a different part of my back hurts.
Oh yeah, yeah.
With the racer chair that I had back there, like all my pain was up here on my neck and like the top of my shoulders. Like it got to a point where I thought something was wrong with me again. Just turned out it was the chair. And then I got the new chair, which was working perfectly. But then all of a sudden I started having this pain, a similar pain, except it
But
moved
lower
down
down.
right
Ah.
around here. So I just had to. So of course, I'm back to using a pillow again, but at least now I have the chair at the exact height. Like I guess my feet really have to be flat on the floor, which is saying a lot for me because I got
What's that like?
yeah, so I got corky legs. So yeah, so it's like I'm kind of like a little lower than usual, but I haven't noticed any real pain in my back since I
This is the way
adjusted
my
it.
feet touch the floor.
Yeah, I know. So it's like, I'm adjusting my camera, but then I'm like going like full cam whore angle, and it's like, oh, come on.
Do it. Do it. Like, do it.
I really like the sticker on your that thing, your microphone.
It reminds me who I am and where I am.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Ragin to the Vlogs show. So who's joining us in the chat today? Although we know that Patrick was there already.
Patrick's the only one who cares because, like I said, everybody else is over there bowing before the comic book royalty.
Right? Yeah, Brian K. Morris, Nicholas, and who else did you say?
Carl Witzman.
There you go. Yeah. Well, you know what? Look, it's Friday. It's another sultry Friday. So I don't know if my my brain is going to be able to handle, it's like being on top of my game today. So I don't know. We'll just take it as it happens. Yes, and I see you. The two very sweaty eyeball people watching us from regions beyond.
Patrick and friend.
It's Patrick and friend, yes. Well, no, Patrick's in the chat, so I don't know if he would that.
Yep.
So if
it
would okay. So
it depends on where he's watching from.
Right. Oh, that's true. That's true.
Jacked up again.
So yes, but I see you, eyeball people next on my screen right there, watching us from regions beyond. And if you are watching us from Facebook, we have you're streaming to Twitter again. I see.
Yes, shit happens.
Right.
I'm gonna eat those fucking words. I need the other platform.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna stay out the drama though. Like, I'm not
absolutely.
talking shit on Twitter. I'm not talking to nobody on Twitter. Fuck Twitter. I'm there to promote on Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter's dangerous right now.
But like some shit and move on. But it's gonna be comic books and live streams and move on. No opinions. Yeah. No nothing. Right. Nita doesn't feel like being a tacky wacky by the fucking crazy fuckers over there.
No, so, really, exactly. But you know what? If you're watching us from Facebook, if you're watching us from Twitter, come on over to YouTube. Join Patrick and friends
in our chat.
Keep him company. Because it's like Facebook has a tendency to act up, and Twitter doesn't even allow us to see your comments. So if you want to engage with us directly in real time, YouTube is the place to do it. So so before I don't know, I've seen a frame on Jose's show the other. I guess his schedule keeps him busy from joining our chat. But I always remember,
you better introduce yourself before he gets here.
It's true. It's like, but I always remember him every time I have to introduce ourselves. So hello everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means?
Emotional damage.
As always. And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which just to tell everybody, I just placed the order at the printers to get all the books for the previous campaign that just closed. So thank you so much to everybody who supported the campaign. The books should be coming in the next 2 weeks so we can get this party started. So thank you so much for supporting that campaign. And I am also known for my mature audience's medieval fantasy drama Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which returns August 4th. On Kickstarter. So it's like I'm officially announcing it, like online and on social media, that August 4th is when the campaign goes live on Kickstarter. So make sure you hit the link in the show notes below. It is it's the pre-launch page, so make sure you hit notify me so that you get an email directly from Kickstarter when the second the campaign goes live, August 4th. In the meantime, you can read both my comics online at Tall Tales, TAILSonline.com, and egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. And to tell you more about that, yes, Nita, I too am too old for this shit, but we still do it anyway.
Yeah. So my name is Nita Lanning. I'm the producer of the Indie Comics Network. It's a YouTube channel on YouTube. And it's centered around indie comics and art and stuff. And yeah, and it's indiecomicsnetwork.com.
It.com.
Yep. And I'm a writer, vlogger, blogger, editor, bullshitter, whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
Right. Whatever it takes to do what it is that we do here. So yes, and also just as a reminder to everybody, I know it's still a little way off, but you know what, these things, it always seems like we have more time, and then we don't. I will be appearing at Baltimore Comic-Con September 8th through the 10th 2023 at the Baltimore Convention Center in Baltimore, Maryland. So if I don't know, if you're hanging out in Baltimore somewhere at that time, come on over to Baltimore Comic-Con and keep me company.
You too can pet Daphne Lage in person.
Yes, exactly. Well, no touchies. No touchies. No touchies. It'll be just like the vlog, except a lot closer, but still no touchies.
No hugs. No
hugs. So it's like that. It'll be okay. Come on over, and we'll have a good time at Baltimore Comic-Con. I'm actually kind of oddly excited about this. Usually conventions haven't been doing anything. But
that's because Baltimore is one of the few Comic-Con that it's still comic centered.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of disappoints me though is that they're holding a Small Press Expo at that same weekend. Small Press Expo
and encouraged.
A Small Press Expo is also taking place September 9th and the 10th in Maryland. So because I would have gone to that one too if but it just seems like, from what I was reading, it just seems to be a fluke of this year where they happen to fall on the same weekend. So hopefully next year I'll be able to do both of those conventions. We've done Small Press Expo years ago. Excuse me. And and I would like to go back again, just because it's like, Baltimore Comic-Con is a comic book convention. I think like one of only like 2 or 3 that's left. Everything else is some kind of like read pop media monstrosities. So so I'm actually kind of like excited to kind of like be at a convention that's actually comic book centered for a change. So I've just been continuing planning for that show. And one of the things that I had mentioned on the last show, where we went more into detail about what happens when you have to go to a convention by yourself, which is what's happening here. Although like I said, my sister's taking the week off, so I will have company at the table. She will be able to keep an eye out for things for me and whatnot. So one of the rules that I had made for myself for this convention is to buy nothing new for the convention. Anything that I'm buying for the convention is something that I would have had in my inventory anyway. Like, I'm just buying some little more like extra books and whatnot, but I'm going to have that in my inventory. So that was something that I was going to buy anyway. But what I had wanted to do is kind of like spruce things up a bit. I sent out for that Rocket Raccoon print that I said that I was going to have for the convention. It was very inexpensive for me to do so. So I will have some fan art stuff at the convention as well. And one of the things that I had mentioned that I had bought, because also it was rather inexpensive, was I bought some white paper bags. So it's like something like this. It's the perfect size. They're like, I think they're like 8 by 10s.
Slap a sticker on it, make it look all cute.
Well, you know what? Funny you should say that.
Look at you.
Funny you should say that. Because
Good morning, Dave.
Because I was thinking, it's like, because I bought white because I figured it looked nicer, and it wasn't really that much difference between the craft bags. But it's like, you know what? I really should spruce it up somehow. And I had extras of this other sticker that I was going to slap on it. But then I decided to be a little extra. And again, because I have a back stock of this, ever since I got my Dymo label, we have like this whole stack of mailing, like international mailing labels that you print on, the Avery labels, right? Where one side is for the receipt and the other side is the actual sticker label.
Right.
So what I did was I took, because they've been sitting around for a bit, because I don't have I use a Dymo label
She's
maker.
a genius.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, and what I did was I just got the Avery template for that label, and what I did was I just plopped down some image. I just plopped down my main image on it and just cut them out. And I have a thing to round the corners so they don't look, so they look kind of neat.
So they don't look janky.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And
we got class here.
Yeah. I also did the same thing with this little one as well. And and I thought that, they'd look really cute on the paper bag. So I was just like testing it out today, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, it's a little extra.
And bro, no, fuck that. Fuck being extra. That's free advertisement walking around the convention.
I thought so too. That's why I figured there had to be something on both sides.
Damn, look at you, Lage. God,
and it didn't cost me much.
Time, but
like like the bags, I think I paid like $17 for 50 because I didn't want to go too crazy on it because it's just the one convention,
No, for sure.
But I thought that they were really cute, and like I said, the labels, they were all extras,
and the handle encourages it to hang so people see your fucking advertisement instead of tucking it. Oh, look at you, Lage.
Right? Yeah, thinking.
Yeah.
So the labels didn't cost me anything. It's like I just printed them out on my printer and just did them myself. So it didn't cost me anything. I don't at my level, charging for a signature that's too extra. That's a little too extra. I'm not it's like, I'm not like John Byrne or anything like that.
Well, see, I don't have a problem with charging for a signature, and artists wanting to charge for a signature,
right?
But like, if it's something that somebody is just trying to fucking flip with your
right, yeah, exactly.
Like I like William Russell, I think it is does X amount. I think it's like 2 free, and then anything after that because he knows you're gonna flip it. It's like $5 or some shit.
What's funny?
Low charge.
I think that Rob Liefeld does the same thing too, where it's like he charges minimal for a signature, but the second you bring that Deadpool, that first appearance of Deadpool, I think the signature jumps up to like $50-$60 because he knows you're gonna flip it. So so I think that's funny. I thought that was pretty clever. It's like, you know what? Yeah, because then that way you're not alienating everybody.
Well, he's like, if you come with 1 or 2 books that he did the covers on or whatever, he's like, okay, yeah, fan. Right. You come with a fucking stack, and now it's time to talk.
Right. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's like, so yeah. So that was something that I didn't, it's only going to cost me a little bit of time to do the stickers, to put the stickers on the bags, but it's not that big of a deal. It's just the idea of trying to make something look nice without spending a lot of money. Like I said, if I'm able to get rid of all 50 of these bags, I'm doing really well.
Fuck yeah.
And like I said, they're the perfect size for comics. So so it's really, I don't know, I'm kind of like chuffed. I really am. I'm pleased with this. I don't know. There's just something. Yeah, I thought so too. Like everything just seems to be the perfect size and whatnot. Without, and of course, speaking of using what you have at home. So also another thing, but this one is not for the convention. This is going to be back to the Kickstarter for Eagle Raven issue 7. So I had a bunch of extra labels, and what I'm going to be doing is I know for one of the previous Tall Tales campaigns, I did a mystery pack, a mini mystery pack for like all the extra stickers and trading cards and postcards that I have. That's like I have just enough for it to be annoying, but not enough to actually like really like give everything out away equally, if that makes any sense.
No, I get
So
it.
what I did with one of the previous Tall Tales campaigns, I made a little mystery pack where I mixed up all the stickers and postcards and
fun.
whatnot. And I'm going to be doing the same thing with Eagle Raven issue 7. So I have like a whole box full of like all these extra stickers and postcards and trading cards, and actually some magnets and stuff. And I go, you know what? I'm going to, again, not enough to actually like say, oh, here's an add-on, to put them as add-ons. But they're just enough to make little mystery packs. So I'm going to be doing that as well. So I'm going to be doing the same thing that I did with Tall Tales. So if you pledge to the Eagle Raven issue 7 campaign, if you're one of the first 40 people, you will get one of these packs. Like I said, it's going to have stickers in it, postcards, mini art prints, some magnets, some miscellaneous stuff in there, some acrylic charms. I have some of those left over. So that's why you should go to the pre-launch page. Link is in the show notes, and make sure you get notified when the campaign goes live, because these things go really fast. I hit 40 backers really, really quickly on Eagle Raven. So if you want to get one of these mystery packs, make sure that you pledge very early on. You're one of the first people to pledge, because like I said, I hit 40 backers really quickly. So again, it's like this was so these bags were leftover bags that I got again from Amazon. Not really that much not really that expensive for 200. I forgot what I paid for them. Especially in this really pretty damask print. They had that in the paper bags, but they were a little too expensive for me. Just because, it was for the same price. I got 50. I would have only have gotten like 20 bags. So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna pass on that. At least this one. Oh, there goes my bag. This one, came out a lot nicer. It came out exactly the way I wanted it with the sticker. So I didn't need the fancy print. So that's also another thing. Again, it kind of like a low cost way to add something to the Kickstarter without going too crazy, especially with the amount of Kickstarters that I run. So and again, leftover labels. So so I not spending a lot on it. So so I don't know, I'm really excited. I'm actually excited for this convention. I guess it's like I get to get out of the house. I guess I get to see my sister, and we get
Done it before.
yeah.
Done. Two girls, one stream.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we were doing. Yeah, I mean, it's like
we were doing some hoe shit back in the day.
No, really, it's like there was. If you look at the really, really old older videos,
show descriptions.
Descriptions were like Nita was practically writing erotic poetry in the show descriptions. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was so funny.
It was hot.
Yeah. But so that's kind of like what's I've been doing. And you, Nita, you've just what you've been up to this week?
I have been working and trying to get my husband back to work.
Yeah, I know. That's it's like it's one thing to get a doctor sign off to go back to work, but when you have 20 doctors,
right? Like we thought that it was just like you take it to your one doctor, the primary or the doctor that's overseeing his disease and whatever, and it would just be like one signature, go back to work, hey, follow the rules, whatever. And life is all nope. They want everybody's signature,
right?
Everybody, because infectious disease who happens to only be in the office one day a week. For only a few hours, so we have to catch them.
It's like the shittiest game of Pokemon. But because C couldn't just get a regular disease.
No, he had to go get all fancy.
Yeah.
Out shit.
Right.
this 1 in 200 million fucking disease.
Yeah, something. Yeah, it was something crazy like that.
Yeah.
The stats on that thing. It's like, oh, thanks, see.
But there are a few crowdfunders. I still haven't gotten the other page together yet
Oh,
where I
okay.
can share because I have to have the dual screen so that I can scroll and
Oh,
read.
sure.
But I'm gonna be a little snotty today because we have a lot of people within our own network with crowdfunders that are active or coming soon.
Right.
So like on Kickstarter, all these are Kickstarter unless I say otherwise.
Right.
You got Roadkill Rampage, The End of the Road is issue 4. That's Tina and Rodney from Haslam Productions. Coming up, we've got Ego Raven, of course, heir of the first unicorn, issue 7. Also, remember that there will be a crossover with Krista Crawford's Sky of Thorns. That's an epic fantasy romance novel. So keep that in mind. That's also on Kickstarter. JD has another Oswald, The Light That Attracts. That's in pre-launch. Nina is getting ready to launch The Lusty Dragon Mistress. That's, that's going to be a very, very adult.
Yeah, exactly.
Like adult.
Yeah, it's in the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then over on what's that other platform? Fund My Comic, Randy Zimmerman has The Fool. And I also want to give a shout out to William Russell, who has Psycho Sal. And Grant, since he's in the chat, Memoirs of the Morbid is also on Kickstarter. So yeah, but I gotta get my shit together. I gotta get my second screen up so that I can bring up images and you can actually.
So it'd be we can actually look professional.
I mean, it's comics. It's all about the fucking art, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We gotta work that out, but I still haven't. I've got to set up the second desktop in here. So
yeah. I mean, it's a whole. Yeah, it's always. Yeah, I'm always messing with my setup here too. It's never ending. Trying to get like optimum setup or whatnot. So speaking of optimum setup, so a couple of days ago, I actually went to B&H Photo here in Manhattan, where I picked up some stuff for my Wacom tablet. So I usually, when I do my live streams and whatnot, I use this Wacom 16 Pro, and with lovely Clip Studio Paint on it. And it's like I am currently working on a whole bunch of stuff at the same time. But on the screen right now, I have Eagle Raven issue 8, and I've finished. I have up to page 11 right now out of 32. So I'm just chugging along on it, and I'm getting all this other artwork done too. And again, take a shot whenever I say Clip Studio Paint. The one thing that I really, although I do still switch back and forth between Clip Studio Paint and Photoshop, because my habits die very, very slowly and agonizing deaths. So it's going to take me a while to transition completely to Clip Studio Paint. I'm not quite there yet, but when it comes to the comics themselves, it's just full speed ahead. Like any black and white stuff, anything that anything that doesn't need coloring, I do it directly in Clip Studio. I did a whole bunch of sketches for all these other pieces that I have to do. Like Nita said, I have a collaboration coming up at the end of September with Krista Crawford. She's doing a 3-volume romance fantasy novel series called Sky of Thorns, and I will be doing an Eagle Raven collaboration with her for that campaign at the end of September. We will be launching simultaneously September 25th. So there's going to be a collaboration between Sky of Thorns and Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut. So, yes, exactly. I did. What's funny was that I showed her my campaigns. Like, look, the title of the campaign is this. Is this going to be a problem with the collaboration? And she goes, LOL. I have full on-page sex scenes in the book, and I go, okay, we're good. So we will be doing a collaboration on our campaigns, and I am going to have a special print that if you support both our campaigns, that you will be getting. You will be getting a special print featuring Eager Raven and her unicorn character Sybil in the same print. I am also doing a stretch goal print for her campaign, so that's also something that I was working on. So yeah, and then there's like a third print that I want to do, but we just haven't figured out what to do with yet. So so we're still trying to figure out. But yeah, but I've been doing
Thanks,
all
Past
this.
Master Dan, and peace
you.
out.
Thank you. Bye. So the other day I went to B&H Photo to pick up more felt tip pens, felt tips for my Wacom pen. So this was an idea I got from Russ Leach, although he says on his version of his Wacom tablet he has to go back to using plastic, I guess, because they're it's just when I originally spoke to him, he said, oh yeah, the felt tip pen, the felt tips for the Wacom pen is like a game changer, and it really is. So I had to go to B&H to buy like a whole stack of them because it seems like I'm working on this tablet so much that I've been really going through them. So it's like
them nibs.
Yeah, exactly. And what I also did too was I decided to buy a backup pen for my tablet. So while I was buying it, I also spoke to the guy there. They're very helpful. If you ever wanted to get anything electronics or computer related, B&H Photo, I highly recommend them. I know they're a staple here in New York. I think there's one in Chicago. I'm not sure, but I highly recommend them. They had, and I had said, it's like, hey, it's like, do you have anything to clean a Wacom screen? Because it's like, you don't want to use like regular sprays on it, and you definitely don't want to use like paper towels or anything because it scratches the screen, the fibers and the paper towel. So they gave me like a spray kit. They go, oh, this'll do it. This'll do it for you. And and it's just a generic LCD cleaning kit that came with a microfiber. And I swear to God, I thought my screen was all scratched up. And it's like, because sometimes you get that friction on the screen. And once I used this, it's like a brand. It was just grimy. It just turned out that my screen was just really gross and it needed to be cleaned. And now, like, everything glides so smoothly on the Wacom tablet. So I'm just like I said, just really like moving along. But I just figured I have to mention this though. Like I said, I bought myself a second Wacom pen. And I just want, it's like Wacom. I just wanted to just mention this, that I really do think you really need to rethink a couple of things on the new Wacom pen, because this one, what I like about it is that it comes with a portable. It's a portable pen kit, so it comes with a little case. The problem is that it looks like this.
Well then.
Yeah, I was like, it's like I felt my eyebrows.
It's multi-purpose, Daphne.
I felt my eyebrows fall out when I opened up the box and I go, Wacom, really? Wacom, really? So the pen comes like this. It's the travel, and then it's like it just opens up like that, like But I'm like, wait, Wacom, really? I think you need to rethink this.
No, I think they thought it out very well.
So and the pen, it just works.
It's a multi-tool, Daphne.
It's a multi-tool. Yes, Jesus Christ. So every time I look at this, it's like I am a horrible person.
Me too.
So I just figure I just mentioned that. Maybe rethink the pack. Like, really, nobody at Wacom. Nobody at Wacom.
All it needs now is the key vibration feature.
And then they'd be asking, why does
to get those juices flowing? Creative juices flowing.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. So, yeah. So,
I can't. I'm out.
So B&H Photo, I highly recommend them. So I have just been like working like mad. on this tablet. You know, because we can't be normal here. Why can't nobody can do a normal show here? Speaking of not being able to be normal, though. Speaking.
Whoa.
So I think it was like last Sunday. Jose had his show Talking Comics on a Sunday night, and he had one of the questions that got brought up on the show was whether a website was necessary for an artist to have. And what surprised me was how many people on the panel said that it was a waste of time.
Whatever.
To have a website. And honestly, that's exactly how I felt about it. It's like, you know what, whatever, because I don't feel that way at all. I think we've spoken about this on a previous episode, but I figure I just reiterate it.
The deal is they might not get a lot of fucking traffic. It's hard to direct. But at the end of the day, when these platforms collapse and whatever, and we've seen them drop off over fucking night, people need somewhere to go to find you. You need somewhere for people to be redirected to. So, while you may not be seeing a lot of traffic there, while you may not be getting a lot of people buying directly from your fucking store, a website is absolutely necessary.
And I think that what's been happening on the last
unless you're plastered over every fucking social media account, and God knows we'll never be able to keep up with how many of those there are.
But I think that what's been happening on Twitter the last couple of days really proved how important a website. And here's the thing, not a link tree, not anything else, an actual website, a hub that is your own.
Yeah, because Linktree can die tomorrow.
Well, not only that, but there was also a moment where Twitter was banning link trees.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit
appearing in their tweets. And now it's like it's a whole thing with Threads, which is the Facebook version of Twitter. And it's like now it's like Elon is suing Zuckerberg. Now it's going to really get fun.
Yeah. So is Threads even going to be alive? I don't know, but I squatted on it because that's what I do. I'm
well, not only that, but Elon also announced that anybody who has a thread link, like he threatened to suspend.
Oh my God, that dude.
Yeah, I know. Really, he threatened to suspend pages that had thread links.
I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself. I don't have opinions.
Neutral
media.
So here's the thing, right? So it's like, me doesn't affect me because I have my website as my main link. Because then when you go to my website, that's where you're going to see all my social media links.
Right.
So, because in the end, that's the one thing they can't ban. They're not going to ban .coms, direct.coms. They're going to ban what they consider their competitions. Websites are not their competition. Other social media platforms are. So,
well, unless they're Facebook, and then they try to bury everything, but whatever. Any link that goes off,
exactly. Any link.
It's not banned. It's just buried a little bit. It takes 2 to 3 days to show up.
A little tad. It's just a tad, So, so here is where I thought about these guys, where it's like, okay, you guys don't want to have a website, then good luck with you. It's like, because remember,
what are you talking about, woman? You're just crazy. That's. You need to be talking with these lips, lady.
Right. Well, hey, I have a pen for that. a very nice Wacom tablet pen in a convenient travel case.
Oh my God! Stop, Daphne.
So, like I said, Wacom. So it's like, so to think about people going, website's a waste of time. And it's like,
no.
Okay. It's like, all right.
$20 a fucking year to secure yourself.
Right, exactly. It's like, it costs me $17 a year for the domain. I think I pay another $17 to actually host a domain, to actually host a site, so it's not like back in the day where it used to cost me like $50 a month, to have a domain and a website. It's like, it's like those days are long over. Having a website is very, and a domain is incredibly inexpensive. and it's worth your while to have a domain name that you can just use in everything, because it's like, look, it's like, are you putting your MySpace pages on your like on your
Oh my God, some people actually are, because I've seen the MySpace recently pop up a few times.
and
It's
everyone's
like,
desperate
what
for
the fuck?
'cause you see, and the thing, it's like, because you know what it is, it's like, I think that people, they want to have a base, but they don't want to maintain it. And I think it's like what that we've been learning over and over and over again. If you don't figure out how to do things yourself, you are at the mercy of others. And you
Right.
have no control as to whether some
There's the
unhinged
majority
billionaire
who don't
is
want to
going
see
to
you
decide to run the platform that you've built years of work on and built an audience on into the ground.
right here.
you know,
Analytics through the fucking roof over fucking night dropped to nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Mhm. Yeah. So it's so yeah, so I never have to worry about what platform goes down, because it's my website. Oh, it's like, cost depends on
Well,
where
for
your
sure.
domain. Yeah, exactly. And well, that's always. It's like, I use DreamHost.
Same.
So that's my, it costs $7. Yeah, I know that maybe you could get like a GoDaddy domain for like $9 or something.
I would not suggest GoDaddy, because I've seen people build on fucking GoDaddy before, and if they downgrade their package, suddenly you can't find them. Like, you
Right.
can't, and it's like, I would never recommend GoDaddy to anybody.
Well, the thing is, though, I wouldn't
spent a lot of time building a fucking website,
Right.
lot of fucking time building a professional looking website, and he did a downgrade or something, or didn't
Right.
do an upgrade, one or
Wanted
the
to
other,
save
and
money or
they
something.
buried his website. Like, he
Right.
couldn't even find it himself. It's
Well,
like, wow,
honestly,
you
though, I wouldn't
assholes.
recommend. I honestly, personally, would not recommend anything called GoDaddy.
Wacom would.
Yeah, I know, really. I mean, so once you have a domain that you can slap on everything, you don't have to worry about what platforms are still surviving or not. It's like, yeah, are you putting your MySpace on, or you're putting a LiveJournal?
Like, don't think I'm not going to yank indiecomicsnetwork.com from YouTube the second it doesn't fucking go there.
Right, exactly.
Or the second it looks like YouTube, if YouTube starts looking like
Right.
it's wavering, the only reason my redirect right there is to the channel is, one, for
Right.
channel growth, and two, it's like, YouTube is probably the most stable platform right now.
Right. Yeah.
I know
It
tomorrow
really is.
it'll be there.
Mhm.
I can't say that for anything else.
Right, that's true. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that YouTube is kind of like acting like a network now, as
Right.
opposed to an internet thing.
Right.
So it's like, it's not. I see.
Although I don't recommend that for individual artists, but I am like an all-encompassing. It's a little different for me than
Right.
it is for
Right.
the individual creator,
No, I
because
think
I'm
that you
promoting
should
multiple creators.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, though, especially for creators, you should have a website that serves as your portfolio that
Right.
you have control over. Again, because you might not want to send your client to YouTube. You might not want to send your client to Twitter, but you can send them to your website, where you have a little bit more control.
Because Wacom knows you'll never go back.
Oh boy. See, Wacom, you're gonna thank me for this later.
Not sponsored.
Right,
Totally
not
should be.
and now it's like probably destroyed any opportunity.
No, fuck no. You're just look, we're just putting emphasis on the perks, right?
Right, yeah. Okay, there you go.
There you go.
So I just think about, okay, I use Wix and Melbourne IT. Wix has the e-commerce package I like. Melbourne IT has the original Zigency Studio domain, which I originally had via Microsoft. Right, but you see, no matter where you switch over, you'll always have your Zigency studio.com. So
Right.
it's like, no matter where you go, that always remains the same. So I thought about those people on Jose's show these last couple of days, going, oh, a website's a waste of my time. And I go, is it really? And it's like, look, do you think Coke needs a website? Do you think Microsoft needs a website? It's like, but they do. So
they do, or they wouldn't have one, because God knows they like to cut corners.
right. So it's like, so why wouldn't you have a website? Oh, because you can't get people to go there? That's not the point. At least that's the way I see it. That's not the point.
It's security more than anything.
Yeah. Like I said, it's like if you're a creator and you want to have a portfolio without having to risk hosting it on a platform that scrapes your data for AI, you have your own website.
Which, by the way, I know that we both commented on the same post. They were saying that about Blue Sky. I found out that that's false.
Well, yeah, that's what I learned too. But you know what?
But still.
You know what? I think, because they said the AI is more for like keeping track of posts and be it was just it was more of like a back end management thing and not really an AI training thing. But you know what? So many of these platforms are popping up right now that people are asking, oh, did you go here? Did you go here there? And it's like, no, you know what? I'm going to be the old man sitting on Twitter. It's like, nope, I ain't moving. I ain't moving an inch from here.
I swear to God, just squat though. Like on especially the bigger one, like ones. Okay. So Zuckerberg Threads, I would squat on that. I would totally recommend just squatting. I have to. I haven't made a fucking post on it. I have no intentions of making a post on it right now. I want to see what happens with him and Musk. Will they duke it out or whatever?
Well, here's the thing that I kind of didn't like about Threads though, is that one, it automatically links to your Instagram. So if you decide you don't want Threads and you want to delete it, it takes your Instagram with it. And also another thing too is that if you are the type that has multiple accounts under pseudonyms because of privacy reasons or whatnot, you don't want to mix. You have different audiences that you don't.
I did notice that because it automatically came up as Nita Lanning, and I'm like, I didn't want that. I wanted an Indie Comics Network.
Link everything that you have under one account. So you're going to end up with that inadvertent cross-pollination that you were probably trying not to do with your accounts. So, and the usual data mining and all that other fun stuff that Facebook exists for, So what I'm personally going to do is I'm just going to, just sit back and wait to see where everybody goes, or you know what, or in the end nothing happens, everybody just remains on Twitter and that's it. It's like we're all just going to sit around and wait until the
he finally gets bored and sells it.
Trust baby sells it.
God, that's all I want. Just
sells it to somebody else so that he can get a tax credit, a $44 billion tax credit.
Yeah, right.
Or whatever the fuck that they get. Because what's classy when rich people do it, but tacky when poor people do it. Take welfare.
Ouch,
so,
ouch, ouch.
So that's so that's probably in the end what's going to happen. That Twitter is not going anywhere. And you know what? And I just really don't have the stamina to just to sign up to all these different platforms that nobody knows. Like Mastodon was just a waste of my time.
God, yeah.
That Mastodon was run by these tiny dick woke scolds who it's like, oh, you didn't put alt text on your image, so I'm banning your account. It's like, oh, go fuck off, will you? So it's like, because I stopped, because it's like I got that warning on Mastodon where it's like, oh, we want to make sure that all of our posts are accessible. So because you didn't put in alt text on your images, we're putting a temporary ban on you. It's like, oh,
what the fuck? Oh my God.
You know what? Fuck off. It's like, it's like, it's like, look, I left Twitter to get away. It's like,
you missed it, Hojo.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You have to go back. Show him the device that was the
Well,
center of today.
Wacom put out a travel version of their pen. So I have, this is my regular
And we had
pen,
some things to say about it.
you know,
so
and
go
they
back
put out a
and check it
travel
out.
version, and it looks like travel case, which
Ooh, we had
it's
some
very
jokes about
streamlined. It's very streamlined, but
multi-tool.
you know, but yeah, they really need to rethink that. What was I
I wonder
saying?
how many ERs are gonna have Wacom.
Oh my God, there was a book.
Oh shit!
It had to be, I think it was Chuck Palahniuk. Chuck Palahniuk is the guy who wrote Fight Club. And there was one book one of the books that he wrote, I think it might have been, I don't know if it was Choke. I think it might have been Choke. Where he talked about how there was a scene in there where he talked about how, because of Coke bottles, glass Coke bottels, ERs had to make sure they always had a diamond tipped Dremel on hand.
Yep. Yep.
It's like,
I saw this clip. This one doctor does these things he's removed from people's rectums, a segment, like, and it comes up. He does one like every couple of weeks or whatever, and he just, oh my God, these fucking X-rays, Daphne, rubber ducks.
it's like,
so you know the Wacom case is gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
You know,
it's gonna happen, people. Wait for it.
Rethink that. So yeah, what was I saying?
Oh yeah, fucking social media bullshit.
Yeah, social media bullshit. So yeah, so in the end, have a website, get a domain, stop being sloppy. You know, it's like, if you want to be treated like a professional, you have to act like a professional on a certain level. And you know what? It's like, if you don't have a website, if you don't have a domain, that's not only are you telling me you're not being professional, you're being fucking cheap. You know, because like I said, it's
cheap,
like,
one.
You know, it's like, because that's what I really get out of it. That it's like that you're just being cheap. It's like, really, you don't want to spend $17 to have a domain that you control, that you can send everybody to, without having to worry about platforms. You know, and it's like, and it's just like, but someone on the show had mentioned that it's like, the reason why he got a domain, not because he felt it was important for his IP portfolio to have one, but because he found that conventions took him more seriously if he had a domain. Like, he was able to get tables a lot easier.
Well, yeah, that's an added bonus, but it is important for your personal security.
You know, and it's like, look, you know, yeah, I would do that too. I completely understand that.
Right.
You know, I mean, because it's like, you know, it's like, look, it's like, look, I look, like I said, it's like, don't be cheap. Don't be cheap. Just get the domain, get the website, you know, put together something really simple that represent that you can have your links on, you can have your portfolio on, that you can always have on your
same Hojo, but you have that name that you tell people, and that's what's important, because at the end of the day, if all these social media platforms fail, you have your domain name that you have put out into the universe. People will be able to find you. Right now, I'm directing to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, exactly. So no matter, so if anything happens to YouTube, all she has to do is redirect IndieComicsNetwork.com to just wherever else, wherever her hub is. Right. You know, that's the benefit of that. You know, it's like, look, if you could just at least control your domain name so that you can do that. So then you never have to change your business cards.
Right.
You know, you never have to change your business cards. It'll always go, that domain is always going to be the same no matter where it redirects to.
Which, by the way, that campaign on Fund My Comic is the Mythicals. Check it out.
Oh, there you go. You see, you know? So I could, you know, so that's what and that's the thing. I found it very difficult to take those people seriously after they said that, because like I said, it was a very amateur move.
Well, it is.
It's very it's like, look, the first thing I did, I looked at, I was actually able to look it up. I bought my domain name for egoworks.com 1990.
Wow.
That was when, I mean, it was like the first chance I was able to get to have a domain, have a website. I jumped on it. So now you look up my name, my website's the first thing that comes up, because my website, I guess, has that longevity on Google that if you type in my name, EgoWorks comes up. And it's like, isn't that the whole point of
Absolutely.
people searching for you, and that they find you as quickly as possible?
It's the whole reason why we changed the network branding and everything. I mean,
Mhm.
it's essential.
Yeah. You know, so so even if you could just get the domain name, at least control your domain name. I mean, I have a whole bunch of domain names that
I buy some just to be an asshole.
Well, you know, but they're related to what I'm doing, just like I'm sure the domains you pay are related to what you're doing too. So it, you know, so that I have them, you know, it's like, because it's like, not only do I have EgoWorks, I have DaphneLageArt.com, you know, so it's like I always have something. I have the one website. Daphne Lage Art also leads to my website. You know, so if somebody just remembers Daphne Lage Art but not EgoWorks, they're gonna hit my website anyway.
Look at you, so clever.
You know, so, you know, but they're not gonna, it's like, oh, but it's like, if you go, oh, but was it Facebook? Was it, you know, it's like, oh, did she say Twitter? Did she say YouTube? It's like, no, you just hit the .com and you're good. All my links are there. So it's like, so when Twitter was having its tantrum again, and it's like, oh, you can't put outside links except to a domain, I had no problem with that. I was like, oh, let me put my domain there. And now it's like, you know what? It's the easiest thing. You know, it's like, just go to egoworks.com and you're good. Everything's there. I think the only time I link directly to my link tree is on Facebook and on Instagram. Especially on Instagram, because Instagram, I don't know why they don't allow links. You know, it's like,
that's the most annoying thing ever. That's why I do like short URLs and bit.lys.
Yeah,
because you can just put in that little bit at the end, and it's usually easy to remember. Plus, there's always copy paste. And for those of you who don't know, fucking left click, highlight, right click, copy, put it in the fucking bar search.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot easier.
Right.
Although technically, there's no reason why I couldn't just put egoworks.com on my Instagram too. Technically, it's the same thing. You head on over, you go on over to egoworks.com. The first thing you see is the webcomic, my sign up thing for.
Do you have it in your bio on Instagram? Because you can do that now.
Yeah, that is in my bio. Yeah, well, my link tree is in my bio.
Okay.
Right, but because it only allows one link.
Right.
So, but like I said, there's no reason for me to not put There's no reason for me to not put EgoWorks there, because you know, it's like you go to my website and all my links are there. All, you know, like even to Facebook and Twitter. You know, it's like
Kickstarter, wherever.
Yeah, I even have I created a link that goes to my Kickstarter profile page. That was the QR code that I was using on the last show when I was showing off my little banners, my table banners. You know, as seen on Kickstarter, it goes to my profile page. You know, and it's like, yeah, it's just like egoworks.com. Everything's there. I don't even need to say Linktree. But I don't know, Linktree, there's just something a little convenient about Linktree as well. So yeah, I leave that on Instagram. But yeah, it's like, yeah, don't be cheap. Be professional. Get a website. Get a domain. Control your portfolio. When I say portfolio, I mean that as a creator, as a writer, as an artist. You know, it's like control that little corner that you're trying to create for yourself on the internet. Have some control over it.
Curate.
Curate. Exactly. Don't depend on, because that's the thing. People are freaking out on Twitter because they spent years building up that audience that they don't know is going to follow them to the other platform. That's the thing. You know, people are talking about, I have this audience on Twitter, but if I go someplace else, I'm going to have to start all over again. You know, and it's like, well, what's the good of an audience that you can't move?
Right.
You know, so it's like, so are they really fans of you or fans of the platform?
Right.
You know, that's the thing. When you build an audience on a platform, you're building the audience for that platform. You're not building an audience for you. But that's kind of like another discussion where it's like, that's why
this is everything.
Exactly. Thank you, Hojo. That was exactly where I was going. I mean, that's an entire, you know, that's it's like building your mailing list. It's like, look, and we know how hard it is to get people from platforms to go to your mailing list. Holy shit, if I had every person on my YouTube channel supporting my Kickstarter, we wouldn't be talking about half the shit we're talking about now. If I was able to get all 1,000 people on my YouTube to sign up for my mailing list, game changer. If I had the 1,200 people I have on Twitter to sign up for my mailing list, but we know that doesn't happen. You're lucky if you're able. If you have a 1,200 people on Twitter, you can get 2 of them to retweet your shit. You're lucky if you can get 2 of them. We know
especially
that's
nowadays. Fuck, back in the day, it was nice to get retweeted all the time. Now it's like, psh.
Right, yeah. So it's like we know how that's not how the numbers work.
No.
So yeah, it's
no,
like,
because we've seen the fucking tracker links on fucking Ego Raven campaigns where we've had 9,000 plus fucking clicks.
Exactly. 9,000 people clicking on the link to Ego Raven. What is it? I mean, it's like, but I'll be lucky if I get like 10 of them.
Right.
Actually, you know, like convert. You know, look, it's like, so to say that, oh, people just don't come over to my website, that's not, it doesn't bear weight for me, because it's like, if you look at how the numbers work on all these platforms, you're on a struggle bus no matter what you're doing.
Right.
So you might as well put that effort into building a mailing list and a website and whatnot that you control. Right. Worries,
but you have to have that one fucking source. When the other platforms fail, where are you?
Right, exactly.
And that's the importance
when Twitter
of the
goes
website.
down, if it goes
or the
down,
domain
whatever.
name.
You know, it's like, look, like I said, no one's going to MySpace, or people going to your MySpace page, to your live journal.
Nobody goes to our OnlyFans either.
You know, we don't have. Well, Nita might have.
Yep, yeah, we did. No, Indie Comics Network has an OnlyFans.
Well, you know,
because I squat that shit everywhere.
Right. You know.
I don't use it, but I'm going to be there.
Right. I mean, it's like,
nobody else will, not in our name.
Maybe
anyway.
If I was more prolific with House of Bob, we could have done something with that.
Oh my gosh.
But that's too much work.
It's still there. Tell me when you're ready.
Yeah, sure. So, oh my goodness. So, we could do we could do product reviews.
The vibrating Wacom pin.
No, it's like with a felt tip. Felt tip for your pleasure.
For the soft, sensitive areas.
Yes, so it doesn't scratch up your screen. Yeah, webcam. You really need to rethink this, really. Oh my goodness. So we just hit the top of the hour. I'm sweaty as hell. It's like 92 degrees in the office. But I think we kind of got our it's
that BBC got you all sweaty, huh? That big black case.
It's things like this. It's like, why do you guys watch us? Why do you guys keep coming back every time? It's like, because it always falls apart somewhere.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
But yeah, so Nita, you have any final words that actually correlate to what we're talking about?
Get a website. Don't be a cheap whore. Be a fancy whore.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Professional. I really do think that having a website is it is the professional thing to do. If you want to be taken seriously,
have a domain name.
Yeah,
okay, I'm not even going to preach the website. Have a domain name. Have something where no matter what happens, someone finds you. Like, for example, indiecomicsnetwork.com.
Right.
Will always be there.
Yeah, exactly. I say, even if you have it pointing to your, because one of them said that, oh, they want to build Kickstarter as their website. And it's like, no.
Poor.
Yeah. So, at least have a domain name that leads to your Kickstarter profile or something.
Right.
But
Something.
really though, don't build your audience solely on another platform, because we've I can't. It's my fault, really. It's my fault. I wanted to make the joke about the case, and
It's your fault.
It is.
It's
It
your
is.
fault. I was gonna be
And
so good today.
and
I was gonna be professional.
yeah, so it was my fault. It's my fault that the show fell apart, but that's okay. That's okay. You guys still watching anyway. I don't know why, but you do. And we thank you for that. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Guys.
Thank you, everybody in the chat, for putting up with us on this very sweaty Friday. And thank you. Yes, I see you, the 7 eyeball people on my screen, the 7 of you who are also probably very sweaty as well. But thank you so much for watching us. And I hope you got something out of this. At least how to decorate a paper bag for conventions for cheap. So at least you learned that as well. Which, look at that. It doesn't say Facebook. It says egoworks.com. That's all it says. And see, egoworks.com. I don't have to ever change this because Twitter went down. I don't ever have to do that. That's why, it's a lot easier.
It.com. Cut.
Exactly. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you to the eyeball people watching. If you want to learn more about me and my artwork and my campaigns and all that fun stuff, you can head on over to my main portfolio site. Where else but EGOWRKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites. But I mostly post to Facebook if you're interested in sketches and current work in progress updates. You see, it doesn't mean having a website doesn't mean you don't work on social media. I have a website, but I mostly Facebook. So check that out. I also have a YouTube channel, Daphne Lage Art, LAGE, where you can see all my videos on how I make my comics. Plus, join me about every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern for my art live streams as well. If you want to see me do artwork in about as real time as you can get on the internet.
With a 2-minute delay.
With a 2-minute delay, yes. And remember, you can read Ego Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. But if you prefer your fantasy to be Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales, TAILSonline.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, but you can catch up on the latest story arc, Tears in the Mother, which is also currently uploading Monday through Friday. And remember, Ego Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, issue 7 is on pre-launch right now on Kickstarter. Link is in the show notes. Link is in the show notes below. The campaign goes live August 4th. And like I said, I'm putting together these little freebie packets, little mystery packets with stickers and postcards and all that fun stuff. So if you're the first 40 people who pledge to the campaign physical level, you will be able to get this bonus mystery pack added to your campaign reward. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. It's hot as hell in here. And in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, and new rule, especially now, hydrate. It's very hot in here. Mind your business and do the work so that when you actually do the work, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you next time.
Toodles.